So groups and periods of elements. The vertical column on the periodic table is called group. So a vertical column on the periodic table is a group or family. Group or family of elements. And the horizontal row, a horizontal row on the periodic table is a period or series of the elements. So when you look at the periodic table, that way you can find there are 18 groups. There are 18 groups, columns, and 7 rows. That means 7 periods on the periodic table. Periodic table. And 7 periods there are. So now we'll find out how many, what are those elements in that each groups and periods and those kind of. So 7 periods are labeled 1 through 7. Label 1 through 7. First period has how many elements?
2.
2. Has only 2 elements. And which is what? Hydrogen and
Helium.
helium. Second and third. Third period has 8 elements. And the second period has lithium through neon. When you look at the periodic table. And then third one is sodium to argon. The fourth and fifth period, each have 18 elements. When you look at the periodic table, the fourth one is from K through krypton, right? Fourth one is from K through krypton elements, and fifth one is from Rb through Xe, xenon. So that way those elements and their periods are assigned. Now we are going to talk about groups. There are several groups of the elements. Representative groups, transition groups, inner transition elements. So let's talk about groups now. We talk about 7 periods and what are those elements in those periods. Now we are going to talk about grouping of the elements.
Ma'am, what are the other 2 periods if we stopped at 5?
Other 2 periods you can also define 6 and 7.
Right.
What are those elements? So that
I don't know, hydrogen?
the 6th, it's a 6th group. Here you can see it's from cesium to
it's numbered.
Rn. So that way you can.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Now let's work on grouping of the elements. Alright? There are several groupings of the elements. The first one we will talk about the representative elements. Or it's called main group. Elements. And they are in the A groups. They are like A groups. Then there will be a B group. It's called the transition elements. They are in the B group. And inner transition elements, the third one, the inner transition elements. They are referred to as the rare earth elements. So, inner transition elements, they are divided into 2 series. So, let me write down here. 2 series they divided. One is called lanthanide series, and other series is called actinide series. So let me go back. So when you look at the periodic table, that's how they divided into representative groups, transition groups, and inner transition groups.